Second Nature for Children is in the house. Coach, how you doing?
As always, man, great, great. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing absolutely great, Coach. I had a great weekend, went out, and I know I was telling you about I was going out to speak to some kids. I was invited by Clayton County, the school district. Dr. Haney, very
Oh yeah,
powerful young
yeah.
lady.
You were
Yeah,
down the street from me, man.
yeah, right down the street from you
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah.
morning, and we had a great time. And I'm gonna tell you something. Going out there and dealing with those kids, we had over 500 kids
Wow. What
that
the age range? Age range.
from elementary all the way through high school.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
what I'm telling you, fathers brought their boys out on a Saturday
Wow.
morning,
Morning. Yeah, yeah.
not to a sporting event. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
got you. I got you. I
But
got you.
a event of knowledge, and it was so refreshing. I felt real good about it, and I taught three different classes dealing with. I dealt with elementary school boys, and I'm gonna tell you something. They were sharp. We have some hope, Coach. There's some hope. They were
Mhm.
sharp. Some of the questions that they was asking was on par. They had the notes out, literally had the pads and pencils. They was taking down information, and they were sharp, man. And I spoke on all drip matters. And it was, I
Mm.
just got to tell you, Coach, I had an absolutely amazing time. And I'm just sharing that these young men are the ones that I'm looking for to get this information that we are putting out and to do something with it. And it's the biggest reason I come on every Sunday night to put this information out because I know a lot of us have gotten to a certain age where we don't want to hear this information. But those young boys that I encountered yesterday morning, I can see them getting this information and doing something with it. And it'll definitely begin to change the trajectory of how,
Mm.
yeah, the young black boy going into the black man. Wow, it's powerful. So I've had an absolutely great weekend, Coach. What about yourself?
Man, great, man. I chill, man. No work, no nothing. Try to do some stuff around the house. I didn't feel like it. Hey, man.
Okay. Okay.
Regular household chores, cook, wash clothes, and just chill, man. Yeah.
Absolutely great. Well, as the family come in, man, subscribe, share, shoot me a comment, holler at me. If you need to holler at me, there's my email address. Definitely the comment section, hit the thumbs up. Let's move this information through the algorithm. And it's on us. And, we're not doing anything when it comes to information that can help us come together as a people. We're not doing nothing with it. But like I said, it was so enlightening to enjoy those young men yesterday. I want to keep putting this information out because if they get a hold to it, I know things will definitely turn around for the better. And I'm already
Mm.
they looking to partnership with me and do some things. So very encouraging, man. But today, Coach, I want to talk to you about and you can go with it however you want to go with it. But I'm gonna share with you my perspective, and I give my perspective. You can give yours, and I would like for the family to give me their perspective. But I think I've narrowed it down to the number one reason there is so much trauma in the Black family. I think I can narrow this thing down.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I can narrow this thing down. And so I want the family to definitely, if they have anything to share with what they think, the reason that there is so much, because there's a lot of trauma in the Black family. And I'm doing this topic as well based on two conversations that I had this week with a couple of people. And so a lot of times that's when we come on, I bring information dealing with topics that I've literally had discussions with people
Mm.
about. And so I just want to give my experience in dealing with this topic right here and my observation and then my conversation with different people. So when we look at the word trauma, let's look at that word trauma. It's a deeply distressing or disturbing event that overwhelms a person coping mechanism and has a significant negative impact on their mental, physical, and their social well-being.
True.
And so when it comes to your mental, you have upsetting experience that cause emotional or psychological damage. Often, a lot of times, they may have a long lasting or a long term effect on you. And so when it comes to your physical, it can be something that happened to us that is trapped in our subconscious mind, and it's causing us, coach, to drink a lot. It's causing us to do drugs. It's even causing us, and we're not understanding why we're doing these type of things. But a lot of times we are trying to escape whatever it is that's bothering us. Instead of addressing the issues, we're thinking that alcohol and drugs are really just trying to keep ourselves occupied with a lot of other things instead of really addressing the issues that we're dealing with. And then we're talking about overeating. A lot of us are overeating because for a lot of us, it brings us comfort. It brings comfort. I don't know if you ever looked at the show called My 600 Pound Life. And a lot of
Not gonna really.
hey, okay, but you know what I'm
But I
talking
got the
about.
idea, the whole concept. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what it is. Yeah.
but from the conversation from a lot of them, they say that they eat a lot, and a lot of them speak about the trauma that they had in their past, and when they was going through whatever they was going through, they ate. They ate because it brought them comfort. That's what a lot of them.
Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I get that, but come
Okay.
on, man. Come on. You
What
were
was
seeing the devastation that you doing to yourself. You were saying it. Come on, man. You know what I
it's
mean?
see, but see,
Come on.
okay, listen to this right here, coach. Go back up just for a second where I said your emotional, certain things could have happened. You say, you so blessed. I'm so blessed because certain things didn't happen to me, Father, as being abused certain ways, molested certain ways. And you got to understand, coach, we got to be able to step out of where we are. And that's the problem with a lot of us that has made it to a certain point. We still got to uh, be able to, I would say, try to understand from that point of view of someone else. You may be clear-minded on some things. You may be clear-minded on some things that they're struggling with. Some things may come easy to you to make you say, come on, come on, come on. Well, but they may have psychological damage from what happened to them so long ago. And what happens a lot of times, coach, when you begin to study the mind, you got to understand we have a lot of mental illness issues and disorders, especially going on in the Black community. Other communities have them too, but I'm addressing us right now. So when I hear that, I understand that from my study of studying the mind, they have a psychological issue. Psychologically, they're damaged. Where you are clear-minded, you can see, whoa, you 200, you 300, you 400, you 500, you see. When are you going to stop? When are you going to see it? But you got to remember, coach, you got to remember this. They don't see, they're not looking from your lens from a clear mind. And that's where
I mean,
that's,
yeah,
go ahead,
I got that.
go
I
ahead on.
got that. But keep in mind that you're doing something that is supposedly comforting to you.
Mhm,
Okay, it's comforting.
mhm,
It's comforting. You got to realize at some point in time, oh, this is not comforting no more,
mhm, mhm,
because it
mhm,
affected my physical.
mhm,
And I understand you a little altered upstairs because of whatever you went through. I get that.
mhm.
But I believe you got too many enablers around you also.
They definitely have that.
Definitely,
They
you
definitely have
know,
that.
too many enablers. And
Mhm.
they're just trying to, hey man, okay, that's what you want them and give it to you. But come on, man. Really? So, but
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and that is definitely a great point because once you get bedridden, somebody got to bring you the food.
Okay, and that's it.
Yeah, somebody got
You
to
know
bring
what
you
I
the
mean?
food.
Somebody
Absolutely.
got to turn you over to take care of you so that you won't have bad sores and all. Come on, we're talking about a whole different realm you done crossed over. You know, some people don't turn back from that. You know what I'm saying?
And so once again, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the psychological damage of the person that it happened to, and then you're dealing with the psychological damage of the person who's feeding them.
There you go.
You see how it is?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's so
yeah,
much
yeah.
trauma. It's so much trauma. And so instead of facing the trauma and working on healing, we are literally self-destructing. And then when it comes to our social well-being, we have simply just lost trust in each other. It's really hard to trust one of us. Um,
Yeah,
it just
I can see that.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
social,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
it just from a lot of trauma,
yeah,
it's just really
yeah.
hard. You've been lied to so much. You've been, what I'm saying. You've been stabbed in the back so much. So it's really kind of hard. People don't keep their word. They tell you they're gonna do something, they don't keep their word. So when it comes to our social being with each other, we really just don't trust each other. So many of us, and so I would say it's so many ways that I can go with this topic. It's so many ways, but I got to narrow this topic down. And you can share with me what you think in just a moment, Coach. But I have to say that the number one reason that there is trauma in the Black family, and before I say it, I'm gonna let you go. Whatever you want to share. Before I say it, before I give my reason, Coach, I'm gonna let you
I
share
don't
whatever it
know.
is you want to
Yeah,
share.
I don't know. You know what can be the number one reason. I didn't look at it like that.
Okay.
Uh, Once I saw the email you sent, and I was thinking about certain things, and then I start, doing some reading. I'm like, wow, we can, or some of us have inherited trauma and don't even realize we have.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I've thought about it. Said, let me look at that because, you know, if you have a parent or parents who are alcoholics,
mm,
you know, you can inherit that. If
absolutely.
you start drinking, you know what I mean? You could go straight because that's in your system.
Absolutely.
And the article I read talk about trauma also.
Mm,
You can pick up on that. I mean, like PTSD, you know what I mean? Emotional disorders, and that can lead you down a path of abuse as far as, drugs and alcohol. I said, wow, okay. You know what I mean? Um, so let's put that aside. Now, someone that did not have any trauma physically or mentally while growing up,
mm,
the society in which they live in. I'm talking about at home. They didn't have any trauma at home. Everything was cool. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Regular home. The
mhm,
society in which they live in,
mm,
you know, from our past, once you start being aware where you are, the systems in place, that can trigger something in you because you feel like, listen, man, I'm fighting a no-win battle here.
mm,
Everything I do, I got to be on point and then some. Everywhere I go, I got to look over my shoulder and I got to be on point because if I move a certain way, you know what I mean?
mhm,
The reaction might be so devastating that can change my whole trajectory of my life.
mm,
So just imagine you already had some trauma that you encountered right through your childhood. Then the society in which you live in, the
mhm,
environment in which you move on an everyday basis, that is stacked up on that,
mm,
right? Just imagine that.
mm,
And then the pressure you putting on yourself to be a certain way or move a certain way, that is stacked up on that also. Man, that's a lot, man.
mm,
That's a lot. And I saw a piece popped up that says, um, being aware is the first step for change. If you're not aware, that either directly, indirectly, you got some trauma. How are you gonna, make a change? You see what I'm saying? So I
Absolutely.
don't know what really can cause it, but I know as I look at life for what it is, man, and I don't never always you think this way or look at things this way. It's a lot in an average person's plate. If they're trying to move right, trying to straight and narrow, things that they have no control over can change their whole trajectory. And just imagine every time you go out, you got that feeling, oh man, I hope everything, go right today. This nervousness, that's, you know what I mean? That's
Absolutely.
a lot, man.
Mhm.
That's a lot. But as far as the cause, I think it's multiple things, man. But that's my take for now, man.
Coach, all of those really are great points that people are facing trauma right now today. Those are definitely great points. And that's why I wanted you to share, and I want the family to share in the comment section, what they think is causing a lot of trauma in people's lives. Those are great points. And then I will bring mine from the perspective from the conversation that I had with one or two people this week. But those are definitely great points because a lot of us are dealing with a lot of trauma for, like you say, it doesn't have to always be something that happened to you in your past. It could be some society, some things that you're dealing with right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That
yeah.
yeah, that's causing that anxiousness or that depression or that stress or whatever. So those are great points, and that's why I wanted you to share that. And absolutely great job. And so I would give from the conversation that I had this week, what I think the number one reason that there's so much trauma in the Black family, and I come up with this right here, expectation. I just want you to think about this 1 second. Expectation. This word has caused so much trauma in the Black family. And it means that it's a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future. It's the act or state of looking forward or anticipating what you expect to receive or what you believe should happen. I want to remember that. Remember that. So let's look at the word. Let's look at the word family. Let's look at that word. It's a group of one or two parents and their child or children living together as a unit. Then when you add the other, it's all the descendants of
Okay.
of a common ancestor. Let's stay right there.
Yeah.
So that'll be where uncle come in, auntie come in,
Yeah,
cousin
yeah. My
them,
cousin, yeah.
yeah, cousin them come in, and whoever come in by marriage or blood, whoever come in. So we talking about the family. Now I'm getting ready to share this right here, coach. So I can already told you my number one reason that I think that there's so much trauma in the Black family because of expectation. Now, this gonna be kind of hard for a lot of us to hear. But one thing you and I do every week is speak the truth. And this gonna be kind of hard. But all of these people that I just named, from parents to uncle to aunt to cousin them to whoever come in by marriage, whoever come in, I want to say this right here. They just regular people.
Yeah, yeah,
They, they,
yeah,
they I just
yeah.
they listen.
Hmm.
You make them special. You make them special. I
I
want you to
learned
see.
I learned that the hard way, but go ahead. Go ahead. I learned that the hard way. Go ahead.
I want people to understand. I know it's gonna
Yeah,
be hard for somebody, but they just
yeah,
regular. Your mama, your daddy, your grandma. Listen, they just regular people too. They just regular people. And however you feel about them, that's how you feel about them. You put them in that space, in that place, and being
yeah,
that but I'm telling you, they just regular people. So we have to be careful with that. And your expectation of them has caused you so much trauma because you were looking for a deep bond of trust
Yeah.
and mutual support.
Yeah.
Often characterized, you were looking for love, and you were looking for them to care for you, and you were looking for a commitment to one well-being. You was looking for something from them because you took that word, and it's simply a word,
Mm-hmm.
family. And you put family on a pedestal. You put family. It's just a simple word. You put that word family on that pedestal because of how you looked at it. But those are just regular people. I know you would like for them to be a certain way. I know you expect for
Yeah.
them. I know you should,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to slow down 1 second because this gonna help one or two people that it can cause so much trauma in the family because of their expectations of the ones that they call family. Think about that for a second.
All I can say, man, let me interject right here.
Go jump in now.
I'm glad I learned my lessons 2021 when I started traveling. Okay. And I started seeing people who they really are. I'm like, okay. Because I ain't had time to, you know what I mean? Dwell in it. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, this is what I gotta do. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I got my lessons, man. So
Okay.
I know that. But go ahead, go ahead.
And I'm hoping that by now, a lot of people get that lesson.
Yeah.
I hope a lot of people get that lesson because some people stand on that family word so strong until they would let they would literally let someone abuse them because they feel like they have to put up with it because it's that word family.
I'm not built like that, man. I'm like, okay, before I have to do something to you, let me just ease on because I'm gonna have to do something to you. And thank God it ain't go to that, it got to that length. You know what I mean? But I've learned, man, and that's why I always tell people there's a difference between family and relatives. And if you got family in the true sense of word, do not take it for granted. Everybody don't have it like that. Everybody don't have it like that. So
And by you saying that, let me tell you something. And that's why a lot of times you may feel closer to a friend because they may do something that you expect for a family member to do or should do. But watch this right here. I guarantee you, as soon as you start expecting that friend to do something that they do not do for you, I guarantee you, y'all gonna end up falling out too. let them, let them don't do it. So
I'll
go ahead,
go
Uncle.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm just saying, by me using this word and by me sitting down thinking and by me having this conversation, we have to be very careful with expectation because of a word. I want everybody to hear that because you got people right now all throughout the world, but in the United States, just in close range, saying family ain't shit, family ain't this, family ain't that, family let me this, family, 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 family,
Mm,
family. You letting that word just
yeah,
because, yeah, you letting that word family, you letting parents. I've said it before. You want your parents to love you. They your parents. They should. I know what you're expecting, but look around and see how many parents that abuse their children, parents that are some of the most dirtiest folks, parents who turn their kids against each other. You would just go down the list. They are just regular people. You are so blessed if you can get good parents, good grandparents, good cousins, if you can get good people, you will be so blessed. But don't let your expectations of them because you are expecting for them to do something that they don't do, and you're using the word family that they should do it because they family. Oh. you really just setting yourself up for disappointment. Go
Yeah.
ahead on.
I always say people are people, man. People are people. And I really believe we'll be better off as human beings if we try to develop that sense of discernment. You know what I mean? Be more observant, listen, be more observant and listen, because a person can only hide so far who they are. It's going to come out if you're paying attention. You know, some they say, some they do. You know, it's going to come out, man. You just got to pay attention. And that's my experience and thus far, and that's how I'm navigating through this world, man. Till I'm out of here. That's how I'm moving. So
And a lot of times, by you saying that, a lot of us don't understand that there's really an art to listening. You hear because you can hear, but listening will make you react to something the proper way. That's the difference right there. You hear me because you have ears, but you're not listening because you're not responding properly. So we have to yeah, there's definitely an art to it. And picking up, sometimes you could pick up on certain things and you know that's not right, but you just letting it slide, or you just letting it, you just putting up with it. Yeah, you just letting it slide.
uh,
Yeah,
that reminded me of a young lady years ago. What you want to know about me? I said nothing. So what you mean? I said nothing. I said all I got to do is listen and
that's all.
observe.
That's all.
That's all I got to do. What?
That's
I said
all.
all I got to do is
That's
listen and
all.
observe.
That's
And you're
all.
going to tell me everything I need to know, whether you realize it or not. You'll be telling me. You
That's
know what I
all.
mean? Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. And that's the same with me. You know, you don't have to tell me now. All I have to do, whenever you want to really find out something about someone, it's a couple of things that if you do with them, you'll really find out about them. And that's if you have to deal with them with some money, you'll really find out about
Find
them.
out.
Or if
Yeah.
you have to spend a good amount of time talking.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
th-
yeah,
those two things right there.
yeah.
I can pick up so much and so many different things about you, dealing with you with money and spending a little time talking to you. It's a lot of things I can pick up. And just like you just said, it may be just rambling out their mouth and they don't even
They
understand.
never know. Yeah, yeah. You just revealed this about yourself.
Don't
Yeah,
even understand. So
yeah,
so I'm definitely with you on
yeah.
that. And so one thing I think we got to stop doing, and I think it'll help a lot of us as family members. We got to stop letting expectations of just regular people cause us so much disappointment. We got to stop putting so much in the word family.
Family.
We got to stop putting so much in that word. And I want people to slow down. I want them to think for a minute because, like I'm telling you, it causes so much disappointment. Just that word, family. And we got to understand, like you said a little earlier, it is what it is. People are people.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You know.
People are people. And you put them on a pedestal. It's just like a lot of time, and I don't want to jump on the preacher, but the politician, the preacher, the movie star, the singer, the actor, the actress,
Yeah.
whoever. It's the people. They're just regular people.
People. Yeah.
It ain't that they are just regular people. You so when they do something crazy, wonder why you had them up on a pedestal, and as soon as they do something crazy, now you want to have them electrocuted.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just regular people, and we got to stop looking at them like they're gods. The preacher, the politician, the singer, the actor, or whoever. We got to stop looking at them as they're just regular people. That's all they are. Maybe they're using their talent, you
Yeah.
understand, that puts them in a certain place or a certain spot, but you got to understand they're just regular people. Now, I know how you would love for things to be for you to feel a certain way. I know, but it's not going to always be like that. But stop putting so much in the word family. Stop putting so much into it. They're just regular people. And like Coach said, like I just reiterated, people are just people. Be
That's
careful.
it, man.
And if you want to have peace, if you want to have peace, whatever you're dealing with, whatever trauma you're dealing with, and get an understanding of family is just regular people. Bring your expectations, get your expectations in order. Don't be so disappointed when so-called family, they're just a word. They're just regular people. When they don't do certain things or that you expect for them to do, don't let it tear you all out of place because in so many families, there's so much trauma, it's so much stuff can happen from childhood up that is long lasting and it has caused psychological damage because we feeling like family let us down. Just a regular person, just so happen to be in your family. You know, it's a family you didn't even ask to be a part of. You was just
So he
brought
ain't
it.
no choice, really.
You had no
Shit.
choice. And
He
I
ain't
just
no
want
choice.
you had
Hey,
no
okay.
you had no choice to be brought into that family. So if you want peace, if you want peace, and today I just let you know, stop expecting so much because of the word. I gotta say it again from a conversation that two conversations that I had. Stop expecting so much from the word family. It's just a word.
Yeah. That
People are
because
people.
because you hold it dear means that they hold it dear. They hold it the same way you do. Nah. Huh?
Right. And
And
see
if you're
that
gonna do, yeah, and if you're gonna do, you know, because you went above and beyond, don't expect the same thing from them, man. Do not expect. I'm telling you, get your feelings hurt. You
and
know, you might hurt somebody. Don't do that.
and
You
that's the
know.
problem. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So that's why I said I'm glad you said that because here it is. You doing something because you feel like it's family. You doing
Yeah.
it because you going
Yeah.
over and above. But there's
Mm-hmm.
that word. Now, when something come where you need for them to do something for you, you expecting for them to do
Mm-hmm.
it because of what you did. So
Yeah. Yeah.
anytime, so I would
Yeah.
have to definitely say from conversation that I had, the number one reason that I see that there's so much trauma that's caused in the black family is because of expectation. You expect this, you expect that. They should do this. Well, family ought to do this. Family should do that. My family ain't this. My family ain't that. My family let me down. My family, well, they just, like I said, they just regular people. So don't put so much on them. You understand what I'm saying? Don't go in expecting so much from them. They are just regular people. And if you do something for anybody, don't do it with expectancy.
Exactly. Yeah. You're
Don't do
right.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like coach, you set yourself up now
Mm-hmm.
because just because you doing something for somebody because you have a good heart or you trying to help them, I'm telling you, it don't mean they'll do the same thing for you when you fall on a
Mm.
time where you may need them. So
Hey, man.
I'm gonna leave that right there, coach. And I'm just letting people know right now that if you want peace, whatever it is, work on healing from it because especially I know this week I was talking to some good people with good hearts.
Got their feelings hurt.
Got their feelings hurt. Got their feelings hurt. And those be the one. See, it's your kin folks who don't give a damn. They don't never get hurt. See, they don't give a damn. It's the ones with the good hearts. Always trying to help somebody, always trying to do the right thing. And it's so sad that you got to be careful with who you help.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That's true. That's true. That's true.
you got to be careful with who you help. And then once again,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then once again, if you're going to help anybody, especially family, don't do it with expecting nothing back now. You set
Do
yourself up for disappointment.
it with a kind heart and knowing that you're going to get it back some way, shape, or form in this world. That's how you do it. It doesn't necessarily have to come from them. That's how I roll anyway.
Right,
You know what I mean? I'm
right.
telling you, it'll save you a whole lot of, you know, frustration and anxiety and all of that. No, don't do that, man. Do it with a kind heart. Okay, you do it. Can you, if it comes to money, can you afford to let it go? Can you afford not to get it back? Okay, then if you're gonna do it, do it. You can get it back. You can get it back. It might not be from them, but you can get it back. If you can't afford to, let it go and I get it back. Tell them, hey man, I can't do it.
Don't do it.
I can't do it. I'm
Don't do it.
telling you, that's real, man. So
And a great way to look at it, as you stated, that when you do something for someone, don't do it with expecting anything, uh, especially back from them a lot of times. But knowing how karma works, like Coach said, it can come back around to you in some other way. You'll get it
wait a
back.
minute. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't trip on that.
Yeah, yeah. When you're a good person and you're doing the right thing, it'll come back to you. I'm a witness to that because I can
Yeah,
help folks and didn't get that in return, but other things, other doors open up
yeah.
for me. So I learned that myself, Coach. So I would definitely say that the number one reason there's trauma in the Black family is because of expectation. I'm gonna leave it right there, Coach. It's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. If you got anything you want to close out with, you got
So,
it.
well, we know you saying expectations are number one cause, but how are they going to eliminate it? How are they going to get rid of it? Um, you got to you got to have an audit of you, who you are, right? Not everyone had your kindness, your generosity, so you got to be careful with that. You know, you can extend yourself so far out there that when you look back, you ain't got nothing for yourself. Ain't nobody got nothing for you. And then you want to blame these folks that you helped. Nah, that's not their fault. That's not their fault. You got to see about you. If you extend yourself so much so that you left without, that's your fault. Keep a little something for you. What we talking about time, money, whatever. Nah, see about you first. You know, they can have the extra, but you got to see about you, man. That's how people get in the problem. That's how families get into physical altercations. We don't read about it. We don't heard about it. You know what I mean? We got to move like that. Work on you, man. Work on you. You know, whether you directly, indirectly, have to deal with trauma. Work on you, man. Someone around you have to deal with it. You indirectly got to, get the blowback from that. You know, identify the source and y'all working it, man. This life too short, man, for someone or a kindness that you extend to derail your whole life, man. No, you don't want that, man. It ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Keep working on yourself, keep it being better, and don't let someone change who you are because they did this to you. Okay, I ain't looking out for nobody else. Nah, man. That means they change who you are. Whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. Trust me, man. Trust me. Whatever I'm telling you, you want peace, live your life like that. Live your life like you see it, man. But that's what I got, man.
That's a great closeout, Coach. I'm gonna leave it right there. I have nothing to say after that right there. What a great closeout. And until the next time we come together, I'll holler at you, Coach.
Same here, man.